Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon to miss any of my most excellent videos. In front of us we have the Retekess TR103. This is an AM/FM shortwave portable radio. And tonight we're going to perform an evening medium wave band scan. So we're going to go over the features of the radio, a little size comparison, and then we'll cruise the band to see what we can find. So yeah, the Retekess. Little features here, we got an on-off switch on the left-hand side. We got a little 9 3/4 inch antenna. Front we have an LCD display with a really bright white light, which is kind of annoying at sometimes. We have a really cool enclosure. I get this metal bezel with a plastic front over the speaker. I do like this design better than the PR12s. At the bottom it says TR103, model number, FM medium wave shortwave 3-band radio. You have 3 buttons here that do most everything for the radio. We have a back, a forward, a pause, play for MP3. We have tune down, tune up. We have a mode button here. Well, this goes to manual, toggles manual tuning, and toggles preset tuning. It's kind of a hassle. You'll see me having to use this quite often. This radio defaults to presets all the time after you wait a couple seconds. To get back into manual mode, you have to hit the pause play button again and then start doing your manual tuning. It is a hassle, something to get used to. But for FM and AM, it's perfect. But when you get on shortwave, it's kind of a hassle. Here we got a mode button for band select for AM/FM shortwave and the micro SD card. Volume control. There's the micro SD card slot right there. Probably supports up to 32 gigabytes. It's got an internal built-in lithium battery, rechargeable, 600 milliamp hour rated, and this is the port you use to charge it. DC and a 5 volts micro. Back here we have Retekess 3-band radio. There's your frequency that has an expanded FM range, 64 to 108, choosable between 87 or 64. Then you have your 9K or 10K on medium wave. And then shortwave there says 3.2 to 22. Okay, there you are. So pretty simple. Oh, on top there's our headphone jack. And the only thing about this radio, it's not FM stereo radio. It's just FM mono both ears. But the playback on the MP3 is in stereo. So good to know that. Full size comparison. One of my smallest shortwave radios I have is the Hongrangda HRD 737 to compare it with. I do like this Hongrangda HRD 737. And if you're looking for a full band experience, you might want to save some money and go with a little bit bigger radio. You have a lot more fun with this. This is a lot easier to navigate the bands with. I do enjoy it. They actually do have the same capacity battery, believe it or not. So there we are. But the Retekess wins on size because this will fit in an Altoids tin. It'll actually fit inside of this deck of cards. Iron Man, he's the man with master plan. But if you look here, this actually, the dimensions of this radio is smaller than a deck of cards. So I'll bet you if you emptied that out, you could put that in there. Pretty cool. And of course, yeah, I forgot to bring out the Skywave to give you an idea. For size, you could fit like 3 or 4 of these little 103s inside of a Skywave. Current time is 9:43 p.m. Central Daylight Time near Chicago, Illinois. I don't think we'll need to use this. I'm going to actually tell you as I go with this radio, because it's so bright, it's hard to show you the frequency until it goes off. So we'll go ahead and get started. So we'll turn this on. Start on 520. Now to start tuning the radio, you can't hit these buttons. You actually have to hit the pause play button to go into manual mode, and then you hit these buttons. If you wait a couple seconds, you'll see me having to hit the pause play button again. If you press and hold the pause play, it'll start a auto scan and start saving to the presets. And there's 60 of them per band. So okay, let's go ahead and get started. Actually on the dial on the screen, medium wave 520. You can see the battery level indicator, kilohertz. Okay, let's see if we can pick anything up tonight. Now this thing has been a little jewel on a medium wave. I'm very impressed. Press that button, go to 530. So we're picking up CHLO on 530, Brampton, Ontario. It's 441 miles away. It's supposed to be low power, 250 watts only. That's pretty impressive. WAUK, Jackson, Wisconsin. 70 miles away, 400 watts. Let's get a little closer to the radio. Also, let's show you something. This is responsive to a loop. I'll go grab a loop here. I've been using my big boy loop. It's like a 10.
Download and subscribe to Todderbert right now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you have your podcasts. Coming up Thursday is a redemption time for future Hall of Famer Patrick Mahomes, and the Broncos shut down the Chiefs for a third straight.
So I'll keep that handy if we need it. Definitely increases the game. But during the day, it's very noticeable. Okay, let's keep going. That button. This is 550. It's probably St. Louis, KTRS, which is about 275 miles, 5,000 watts.
On the middle class, in order to pay for this, she's evasive and dodging the question because she knows the answer to that question, and she doesn't want to state it.
Well, I'm going to play Amy Klobuchar's, or at least a portion of this, because it's
Sounding pretty good this evening. This is 560 WIND, Chicago, local.
At least Bernie's being honest here and saying how he's going to pay for this, and that taxes are going to go up. And I'm sorry, Elizabeth, but you have not said that, and I think we owe it to the American people.
Okay, so I wasn't quick enough, so now I'm in the preset mode. So I'm going to actually go back down and get back to where I'm supposed to be. Yeah, see where the presets are. Nice thing is you can navigate by the presets if you have to. There we go, 570. We're just picking up WNAX.
Agriculture matters, and 570 is always here for you.
Good grab, I heard him say it. Yankton, South Dakota, 460 miles away, 5,000 watts. This little radio's picking it up. It's a little jewel. I love this radio. Because it's so small and it does so well. Alright, I'll be quiet. Let's keep going. Alright, 580. 590 is a jumble of stations. Usually WKZO, Kalamazoo, Michigan's on here. About 140 miles away, 5,000 watts at night. 600 is Cedar Rapids. Nothing super clear. I'm just going to keep going. This is 610. Sometimes I'll pick up Kansas City, which I think I am. One thing about this radio, it does have great selectivity. FM is amazing. This rated almost as good as some of my big boy radios. Yeah, you'll see it in the review video. If you haven't seen it, check it out in the iCard section. But yeah, great selectivity. Right now we're getting 2 stations, or 3. This is probably KCSP, Kansas City, Missouri. Keep going. We're out of time. This is local 620. WTMJ, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You know, most mulch
There we go, he says it.
landfills, but Erickson's mulch is grown from whole trees. Yep.
This is 630. And I think it's something else besides CFCO. It's a religious broadcast, it sounds like. So I'll put the call letters there. I think I found this before. And now I hear a little bit of country music coming through. Very cool. So yeah, that's an interesting find there. This thing's so sensitive. In that direction, I'm getting WMFN, Peatone, Illinois. 75 miles away, 1,600 watts. Nothing spectacular, but I'm getting it. Now we should be able to get Nashville. So right here, this is, turn this down, this is WSM 650 is Nashville, Tennessee, 434 miles away. Always sounds good, but I can't hover on the music, but very cool.
Up really late.
I stay up because
I was binging The Office.
I get home at 1.
So I'm still on. I think I'm in the beginning of season 5. now.
WSCR, The Score, Chicago.
Jim and Pam are together?
Okay, so there's...
Okay, 690. CKGM, Montreal, Quebec, 763 miles. I haven't found anything else on this station ID with this frequency. That would be direction. Very nice. I love this radio. It's so good. For a little tiny radio. You can imagine the ferrite can't be much bigger than where this curves. And yeah, I forgot how wide this is. So there you go. Your ferrite antenna is probably like 1.5 inches. So yeah, you don't need 200 millimeter ferrite antenna sometimes. This is great. Alright, keep going.
2 o'clock in the morning. Now he's got 3 little kids.
This is 700 WLW, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles.
In East St. Louis asking for directions.
Nope, hit my preset button. That's always fun to do. Now I can just walk it out. Get back to 700.
How you got from being raised in St. Louis as an African American man, and when was were you all?
It's a little buzzing. Might be picking up interference. It's a very sensitive radio. 710 is usually New York.
In a storage locker, I literally
720
found
WGN,
like a
Chicago.
Home Depot box full of California raisins, so I had to dive deep, like
Not much entertainment there. But when the weekends, they have classic radio in the evenings. So if you're in my listening area and you get WGN Chicago, tune it in between 11 and 2 on Saturday night, Central Daylight Time. Just picking up on something on 7:30. That's interesting. Bringing a loop in. So that's a distant station. I believe that's CKDM, Dauphine, Manitoba, 820 miles. That'd be the direction.
And an Alpine hat. Probably fine to represent France.
But naturellement.
And Switzerland.
But certainement.
Oh?
But of course not.
CFZM.
There is nothing like Paris in the summer.
This is Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles, doing classic radio. I'm going to see if I can clarify the signal. Use the loop here.
Well, Governor, but if you were so nearby, you wouldn't want to miss that now, would you?
There you go. When it gets a good signal, that buzzing goes away.
Come with me to Switzerland. In the Alpine villages that are French, you will find the wine, the women, and the song.
Alright, cool. Yeah, old-time radio, I love it.
January you're looking at, this caused the rate to go way up.
The prior 2 times we've went.
This is WSB Atlanta, Georgia.
We go
at 750, 630 miles.
You know, they rotate. The biggest conventions in the country go to 4 cities. They go to Las Vegas, Chicago, Atlanta, and Orlando.
well, I mean, it'd be a way.
I don't even know what postcards look like anymore.
Well, it'd be a way to blanket.
760 WJR, Detroit, Michigan, 270 miles.
I kind of like part of what you're saying here. I like the old notion of pamphleteers or newsletters, and that is people in their own communities.
Turn it, you can see it there.
In their own neighborhood.
election of South Bend, Indiana Mayor Pete Buttigieg, and who finally focused on Midwest values in his Midwest roots.
Should be WABC, New York City, talking about Midwest. This is 750 miles away.
Between other Christians, which was not serving him well at all.
Yeah, direction in New York City is that way.
And Minnesota Senator.
And Chicago would be this way. To give you an idea.
The most reasoned, the most pragmatic, the most willing to show compromise, and most importantly, to pull up a chair and sit a spell and listen to people that were different.
Yawn.
150 people in each
I don't know what they're talking about, but
Saturday at 7 a.m.
780 WBBM Chicago.
We're giving away free farm and free gift cards
Classic
every
radio
hour.
at 12 a.m. to 1 a.m.
Starting this
during
Saturday
weekdays,
at Blaine Farm
Central
and
Daylight
Fleet
Time.
Toyland. Don't miss it.
Don't miss the Toyland.
WBBM at HD Chicago, WCFS FM at
Sweet. Oh, wow, something on 790.
Provide work for local veterans. That's the upside, my friend. Hi, my name is Tom Buchanan. Sitting in the Jimbo and dedicated small businesses. Presented by WFCU Credit Union. Visit WeShopLocalShow.com. From producer Chuck Lorre, a soft salesman unexpectedly falls for his...
Okay, so 800 here is CKLW, Windsor, Ontario. 270 miles.
Workout without going out. Join Mike Uarsi of Finer Fitness for tips on
Very cool. We're hearing everything tonight. This is great.
Whenever you call them, you're going to get somebody on the phone.
810 WGY, Albany, New York. 740 miles.
Global verification network a call. 877-695-1179.
Yeah, this radio is no dud. It may be a bear to tune the shortwave, but I'll be honest with you, a radio this small, shortwave is definitely secondary. It wouldn't be my primary function. There we are, sounding good. Try to go a little quicker here. Could be WBAP in Fort Worth at 820 here. Keep going. 830 WCCO, Minneapolis, Minnesota. 310 miles.
That's TAKL. Go to tackle.com
Coming in good.
or download the Tackle app today. And
there's no subscription required.
WHAS, Louisville, Kentucky, on 840. About 300 miles away from me. So we get Denver tonight.
The fact that it's the wrong use.
Wow.
That's what I have against it. Is the exact wrong use of the word.
KOA.
People have no idea what
Denver,
that word
Colorado,
actually means.
890 miles.
It just sounds fancy. You know what grinds my gears? Nice.
But this, okay, so
No
here
joke.
it is. Pro Football Focus actually had it. Watson did not complete a pass over 20 yards in the air
Loving it.
on Kansas City. There you go. That's incredible. Was that offense?
Royce Freeman, angle route, not gift.
All right, let's keep rolling.
How about Noah Fant in the...
bonsoir mesdames, messieurs, ici Nadim Mubarak. Andrew
860 I haven't drunk any lately. I want to, but I haven't. CJBC, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles.
A déposé un projet de loi pour imposer des
Chicago between the teachers union and the city itself. The union confirming tonight
WWL 870, New Orleans, Louisiana, 865 miles.
More from WBBM TV's Dana Kozlov.
Mayor Lightfoot says the city
You're talking about us.
Beyond compensation, we have offered more than 80...
This is the way to St. Louis, or not St. Louis, New Orleans, and this is the way to Chicago. This radio is really picking up a lot tonight. All right.
Has declined from almost 397,000 students in 2015.
880 is WCBS, New York, New York.
361,000 students this fall.
The Chicago Board of Ed will
We're still talking about Chicago.
This after months of negotiations between the union and CPS.
It's a syndicated broadcast.
Benefits, class size, and teacher preparation time.
It's 890s WLS, Chicago. High-pitched whine coming from the camera. All my radios do that.
Until an agreement is reached. Students who need a safe place.
Democratic leader Chuck Schumer joining House Speaker Pelosi at the White House meeting, saying the president
900
offered few answers
should be
on what happens to captured terrorists with U.S. troops leaving.
CHML, Hamilton, Ontario.
The president had no plan, no real plan for
430 miles.
other than relying on the Syrians and the Turks. Senator Schumer and Democratic leaders.
Okay, I'm going to go up to 990 so we can pick that up.
Here is trying to break the deadlock by campaigning in key ridings that are currently held by his main rival
Winnipeg,
party.
Manitoba,
But the timing of Wednesday's
675
event
miles.
raised questions. It coincided with the burial of Liberal incumbent Phil Nash.
I'm sure this doesn't shock your listeners
Local.
here, but anything that I would normally do on a radio
WMVP
show
Chicago.
when hosting or just filling in as a
Gotta talk over it because that digital volume takes forever.
Nancy Cordes report. Rudy was a great prosecutor. He was the
1020,
best mayor in the history
KDKA.
of the city of New York, as far as I can see.
President Trump defended his
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 450 miles.
even as House Republicans backed away.
I think there'd be other people I would have represent myself.
A top advisor
On the taxation rate on marijuana and what types can be sold in order to discourage people from crossing state lines.
WBZ, Boston, Massachusetts, 880 miles on 1030.
Marijuana. However, so far, state lawmakers have failed to pass a bill to make it legal. They're also very concerned about the health problems.
And $200 credit for eyewear and
WHO,
more.
Des Moines,
Go
Iowa.
ahead. Take advantage. Talk to a licensed representative today about United Healthcare
280
Medicare
miles.
Advantage plans at 1-8.
Thank you so much, Kyrie. And now we'll get a look at the Eyewitness Weather 5-day forecast. Here's CBS 3 meteorologist Kate Silo.
Windy and chilly overnight. Winds could gust as high as 40 miles per hour. A wind advisory is in effect right through Thursday afternoon. Thursday evening across much of the area. Our overnight low is a chilly 48 degrees. For your Thursday, partly cloudy, cool, and very windy. Winds could gust as high as 45 or 50 miles per hour. Even though we'll see the sunshine, a very blustery day, making the high of 60 feel more like the upper 40s. Friday, mostly sunny, staying cool and breezy at 64. Saturday is sunny, seasonable, high 65. Sunday, clouds will be increasing, perhaps a shower
Waiting.
south of the city late, high
Clouders.
65. And we're up to 68 on Monday, but it is mostly cloudy with showers.
Currently here at the broadcast center at 11:04, it is mostly cloudy and 56 degrees. And federal investigators have traced the
Okay,
apparent
let's set it.
cause of the Philadelphia Energy Solutions refinery explosion to a corroded pipe.
KYW, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I was waiting for him to say KYW. 700 miles away, coming in beautiful. That's why I was waiting.
From the U.S. Chemical Safety Board, or CSB, say a
Okay, let's
pipe
tune up
elbow
quicker here.
in alkylation.
I'm going to go up to 1100.
Talking sports from the Claiborne Ford Lincoln Studios, featuring the 2020 Lincoln Aviator.
Credit Karma can help you make financial progress by
WTAM,
giving you
Cleveland,
free
Ohio.
scores, reports, and monitoring.
345 miles. Yeah, that's, see, if you don't do it quick enough, you gotta go back to these presets. It's not a big deal when you are on medium wave, but it can be a hassle when you're trying to do this on camera.
Mr. Hawley went to Hong Kong this
1120.
week, where he sent his own message of
This
support
is
for the demonstrators.
KMOX,
Free
St.
people
Louis, Missouri.
everywhere are looking to you in your fight, in your struggle, in your
275
battle
miles.
for your basic liberties. The free people of
1140, WRVA, Richmond, Virginia, 665 miles. There's a browse function. Just gonna find the next station over with all the noise tonight, of course. So let's see, we're gonna go up the band.
It must completely come undone.
1180,
The shell cracks.
WHAM, Rochester, New York, 545 miles. Boy, this is pretty
To
impressive.
someone who doesn't understand growth, it would look
Love
like
it.
complete destruction.
Let's go 1210. WPHT barely coming in there. Alright, we're gonna cruise up to, I don't know, there's a lot of open space now. Not gonna waste time, so we're gonna go up to 1380. See if we can't pick that up. I'll show you where I'm at on the dial. But there's a lot of activity all the way up. It's very bright all the way to the top. There's no dead zones or like weak zones on the radio. It's strong. 1380 should be St. Louis. KXFN. Just barely coming in with 1,000 watts at 275 miles. Okay, let's keep going here. See if we can get them 1420. Davenport, Iowa. 131 miles, 5,000 watts. She usually comes in a little clearer than that. WOC, excuse me. Okay. Let's go ahead and go up to 1510. This is usually Nashville.
Live, this is the show where your health is your wealth. Thriving is more important than just surviving, and the only thing wrong for those that want to count.
WLAC, Nashville, Tennessee. They always talk about medical stuff this time of night. 434 miles. Should be 1530. WCKY, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles. Sometimes it comes in fantastic, sometimes it doesn't. And that's on any of my radios. Next station is going to be KXEL.
Of the Afghanistan War. He has a PhD in politics.
Always comes in clear. It's a pretty big station. It's about 210 miles away, Waterloo, Iowa.
For research and policy at the Charles Koch Institute. Joins us here on the Jimbo Hannon Show. William, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Okay, I'm going to go up to 1610, see if we can pick up Toronto. Okay, so the music here is CHHA, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles, and believe it or not, it's copyrighted music. Yeah, so we're going to go up to 1630 here. Turn it up, see if KCJJ is on. Yeah, that music here, sometimes it clears up. KCJJ, the Mighty. This is Iowa City, Iowa. It's 175 miles away, 1,000 watts at night. And yeah, they have some pretty good music when it comes in clear. Sometimes at dusk it comes in really good. Yeah, they're getting better there. Keep going up. We're at 1660. I don't know what I have. If I can sports station on 1660. If I have anything, I'll put it here. If not, it's a mystery. Let's go to the top here. I think 16. This is Grand Rapids here, WPRR, Michigan.
Shouldn't have been in, based on the constitutional responsibilities of Congress in the first place. I mean, it's quite rich to see this.
So yeah, this sucks. So if I go to my preset of 60, it's not going to be very far up the band.
The same kind of voice.
So I want to finish this video off. So I'm going to go really quick here. You can tap this really fast. So this is good. And we can get right to the top of the band. That's why this is pretty useful. You know, you can do this. So let's go to 1700. So KBGG, Des Moines, Iowa. It's 280 miles. And yeah, right at the top. And sometimes I'll get the Texas station playing Hispanic music in this direction. So there we go. We're going to turn this off. Boom. Okay, so the Retekess TR103. My final thoughts on the medium wave band scan. It's amazing. You know, I think I paid like $22 for this radio at a coupon. Check out the links below. It is totally worth it if you love micro-sized radios. I'm not sure if the battery's rechargeable. You can change it or not. It has 2 screws. I haven't tried to open this up to see what kind of battery it is. But it'd be interesting to know if you could change that battery or not. If you have some technical skill, I'm guessing you could. But for a small little pocket radio, yeah, this thing's awesome. I'm loving it. The FM, amazing, guys. Medium wave is great. Shortwave works, even with the antenna. I'm sure you've seen some of the videos out there where they show them just with the whip getting some stations. So it's just hard and tedious to tune with shortwave. So I probably will never use it on shortwave, but it's nice to know it's there if I need it, you know, in a pinch. So there it is, the Retekess medium wave band scan. Hope you liked it. It'd be like if you did. 2, if you like the brand. They've been kind of a mixed bag lately, and I'm hoping that if you buy this radio, you get the same performance I do, because I know from China they tend to be iffy. Like, here you get a good one, sometimes you get a bad one. But I think they've improved. This is not bad. You hear a little buzzing, but that's typical. I think it's just picking up area noise from me from the camera and that. Because I notice, like, if I touch this area here, it tends to get a little louder on this metal plate. But just letting you know that this radio is probably going to be a better circuit. I think they've put a little bit more effort in their engineering, because they had the PR12, which is about the same size radio, with just the medium wave and FM, no shortwave. And, it was a nice sounding radio and everything, even had the MP3 player. But the medium wave wasn't that great. So I think they've improved it with this radio. So by all means, give them a shot. They're worth it. If you buy it through Amazon, it's easy to return. So if it doesn't live up to your expectations, then just return it. But for me, it has, totally. All right, guys. Thanks for listening to me ramble on and on and on. The old Todderbert way. So yeah, definitely subscribe, hit the bell icon, get notified of future videos. With this radio, I'm going to do some shortwave scans with it just to show you what it does in the future. And of course, 3, comment below what you think about this new little baby TR103. That's something you'd add to your collection. Let me know. All right, guys. Take care, and we'll see you next episode.